All right, let's blast off. Let's get started. It's Saturday, Funday. Is Kai gonna have a sister anytime soon? No, absolutely not. Okay, more corrections on the insane, viral, racist Haitian cat eating story that the right is still running on because they're monstrous pieces of shit. Light news. Unreacts. Wukong. It's Saturday. Fun day. Get in now. Do your daily clip. Oh yeah, let's do the Hasanabi DLEs in a second. Hold on, I'm gonna do it in a second. Do we have a blast off meme? Yeah, it is Fun Day. Shut the fuck up. It's Fun Day. Mason, the Hasanabi here from the Charlie Kirk vid made a TikTok for you. By the way, found that up with light news is hella funny. That's how it is, baby. Do you promise no Charlie Kirk? Well, yeah, I promise. No Charlie Kirk. Do we have a blast off meme? I'm gonna do Okay Buddy today as well. How about that? We're doing Okay Buddy, Donnie Sullivan. Donnie O'Sullivan. We're doing it. We're doing it. Damn it. We're doing it. Is the gaming in the room with us right now? Wait, what? Bro, what are you talking about? I've been gaming like crazy. If you think I'm not gaming, it's because you're not watching when I game and you just complain about gaming. Dog, there has been a lot of gaming happening on this broadcast, like a lot more than usual. Okay, a lot more than usual. It's just I haven't gamed in 2 days in a row. Y'all are fat, dude. Gaming frogs are fat. They're so fucking fat. They're like, oh yeah, no, I'm spoiled. I'm fat. Yeah, some things happen, so obviously I wasn't able to game. I want to finish Wukong so I can play some other games. There's a hella games out there that I want to test out. You know, you should play Astrobot whenever you get the chance. It's actually very good. Oh my god, I'm not gonna lie, I don't have a lot of interest in playing a platformer. I'm not a big fan of platformers. Okay, you didn't game 2 nights in a week. The gaming frogs are tired of being ignored. The gaming frogs will lead the revolution against Chairman Hasanabi. Okay. I'm just not a big platformer guy. Space Marine seems fun, but I don't know if I'll be. Are you going to get the PS5 Pro? No, because I have a Steam Deck. And not only am I a Steam Deck loyalist, I'm a Steam Deck evangelist. I've gotten like 8 people to buy Steam Decks. Gaben needs to give me a fucking paycheck. I'm doing it for free out here. Okay. Why the fuck would I buy a PlayStation 5 Pro when I already have a PlayStation 5 and I've played like 3 games on it? Okay. Steam Deck clears the entire life of the PlayStation franchise. Steam Deck supremacy. Steam Deck is my bestie. Steam Deck is my beauty. I love the Steam Deck. I play it all the time. It literally is what I wanted when I was a child, what I wanted when I was a kid. When I bought the PSP, I thought, I wish the PSP had not the, like, it was just too ahead of the game. I've talked about this a lot as Unk, okay? It's Uncle time. It's Unk talks about gaming time, okay? When I was a young boy, I dreamed of a future where I could have all of these games in my handheld console, okay? And the PlayStation Portable was something very different. The PSP was something very different than like the Game Boy, right? It was so good. It was beautiful. It was fantastic. But unfortunately, it was too early for its time. And by the time PS Vita rolled around, it was too late. It was done, right? You and Felix coerced me into buying the Steam Deck and now I'm surgically attached to the thing at the hip. Kudos, brother. Yeah. I was like, the future of gaming is now. That's what I thought when the PSP came out. But I also was like annoyed because it didn't have 2 fucking controllers and it ruined the compatibility opportunities that you might have had with like all these other PlayStation games at the time. Like, how do you not have 2 goddamn analogs or 2 joysticks, you know? It was a major mistake. But also, yeah, it had 1 little nub. It sucked. Also, not only did that, not only do I consider that to be a major flub, I also thought personally that, you know, the tech wasn't there yet. You know what I mean? Memory cards at the time were like maxing out at like 12 to 32 gigs, right? I think 32 gigs was like the highest, like the best kind of memory card you could ever have. And they obviously invested a lot in a now completely fucking trashed new mechanism called the UMD, right? So like the tech wasn't fully there. And that's the unfortunate consequence of being right but too early. That's what Sony did. I'm looking forward to watching you on CNN tomorrow at Misinformation Nation, The Lost Left. Yeah. Also, Oliver has gone crazy with this. Look at this. Fangtail requirement 300 stamina, fire cloak, first phase stamina check, second phase fire resist check, activate cloak first, then engage. This is crazy. This man is literally doing like gambling charts with the map of a game that doesn't even have a map, by the way. Like he's gone out, he's out of control. Okay. Yeah, he's made the almanac. He's made the gambler's almanac for the Wukong bosses that are coming up. I know your ass was watching porn on the PSP. Yes, I was. Yes, I was. I was doing that. Anyway, we got a playlist coming up. What did Mason say?
He's chefing. Mason, you are chefing, brother. Good shit.
How do we get here, Hassan? How did we get here? I've given you clips left and right for the past 2 years. I revived Hank Pecker's media career. I had to listen to Charlie Kurtz's ass chirp at me for 2 hours straight, and still no VIP, still no recognition. Are you serious? You know what I've done? I've come to Joe's house. Joe Biden right now is making an executive order. Make Mason a VIP in Hassan's chat. Do it right.
Bro glazed me at the end. Damn, you missed Charlie stroke me shaft. All right, motherfucker. All right, dude. All right. Listen. Okay. One hand politics VIP'd. I've added one hand politics as VIP to this channel. Listen, you forced me. You forced me to do this. Okay, I get it. I don't want to get drone striked. I don't want to do it. The reason why I don't VIP people is because there's a curse. There's an age-old Hasanabi curse. When I VIP valuable chatters, with some exceptions, there's like a couple, Lil Bear, Themasius, you know, they usually leave. Okay, they get the fucking VIP and then they never come back. That's it. They disappear. You VIP motherfuckers and they never come back. It's sad. It's a sad state of affairs. People just want that coveted VIP slot. And as soon as they get it, they're like, I'm done. I'm over it. That's what it feels like, which is why I never want to do it. But I just did it. I did it. We'll see. I like that the VIPs in the chat are chirping. Like, I've never left. I didn't realize you could leave. Anyway, are we covering this today, King? Yes, dude. The Haitian motorist. Are you kidding me? I'm up to date on all of my fringe Springfield, like minor vehicular accidents with 0 people injured, by the way. I'm up to date on that, dude. Whenever there's a black man who is a bad driver, I'm locked in. I know no matter what, like no matter where you are in the world, if you are a black man, okay, and you drove wrong, I will hear about it and I'm immediately ready to go. We are so back. We're so back on the black crime tab at Breitbart. You know what I'm saying? We are so back on that. Some kids in Hong Kong made what you just described. What the fuck? I don't even understand what's going on. They calling you Breitbart. Yeah, I did. I know what's going on about the supposed Haitian with the geese. Okay, I know. It was never like actually a Haitian person. They just made that shit up, of course. And if you fucking thought that was like, if you thought that like that was a real story, bro, these people are fucking insane. These people are so insane. They need to be launched out of fucking cannons, okay? They like the more the truth comes out on this like obviously false story, the more they double down, triple down, quadruple down with more fake shit. They'd be like, bro, I found a grainy phone camera footage of a Haitian man eating a cat. I promise you it's happening. It's like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You clans robe wearing ugly motherfuckers. Your soul is ugly, okay? Find God, you fucking piece of shit. I'm not going to talk about it yet. Let's just start with the Battleground Blitz in the race for the White House because I got a lot of smoke. This is something I'm so fucking pissed off about because it's like giving me fucking PTSD flashbacks of the Trump era, dude. And it's kind of crazy. it's kind of crazy. Oh yeah, do the Hassan guesser. All right, I'll do that first. I'll do that. Hassan guesser time. Daily Hassan guesser
March,
clip.
Mr. Rota said that he fought against the Russians. Well, he was a part of the 1st Ukrainian Division, which is also known as the 14th Division of the Waffen-SS, which was a Nazi division. And how do we know that Mr. Hunka was a part of that? Well, he's posted about it extensively on the internet. He put a number of...
This story is so funny, dude. Fuck. How do we know about it? Well, he was the one guy who's 88 years old who was writing a blog, as a matter of fact. The one guy at the age of 98 was writing a fucking blog, dude. He was 80. This is before 2024, obviously. This is before October 7. This is like maybe I would say like a month before. It's like 2023, but I would say it's probably September 2023 because no, it wasn't early because I remember talking about this on Leftovers with Ethan. And it was like insane that they just had a straight up fucking Nazi. So either it was like September, mid-September 2023, or maybe even like August potentially. But well done, comrade. That one was easy. Discord server invites pause. Yeah, probably. I don't fucking touch any of that shit, but I suspect it's because people are trying to fucking mass raid the Discord as always. Woo! First try, baby. Is that impressive? I guess it's like if it's a closer clip, it's not as impressive because like it just happened. You know what I mean? Nazi event at the Trump Golf Club. Trump amazing patriots. That's awesome, dude. It is so. We are so back. It is now officially like history repeats itself and cycles in and out in such a rapid clip. The Biden administration immediately brought back the like end of the Obama term, Gamergate style commentary. And now we are officially in like the 2016 era version of that, where Trump is like running for president or is president and like all of the annoying shit that constantly needled away at our consciousness as the American like political discourse, the space of American political discourse got openly fucking pro-Nazi. Okay, bro, didn't the far right get like 40% of the elections in Germany? Yeah, we're fucked. I mean, it's getting worse and worse, and it's getting globally worse and worse. And honestly, as I have been saying for the past decade at this point, if the supposed counterweight, the counterforce against this kind of right-wing fascism is just tepid liberalism that leans into like fascism, but 75%, we will have Adolf Hitler again. We will have Adolf Hitler again. Okay? And it's happening. It's going on right now. This is why some people said cut a liberal and a fascist bleeds. Okay? Adolf would know FDR this time. Yeah. You know, Adolf, but Adolf full Hitler. That's what's happening, which is, you know, who the fuck knows what happens in that situation. I mean, I don't want to imagine it. Yeah. So they are doing the 99% Hitler with neoliberal austerity. That's the center left in the West. Yeah, it's great. It's great stuff. Yeah. Surely not addressing the underlying material inequalities that creates a lot of resentment and a lot of animosity amongst the working class that you know opens up the floodgates for more Hitlerian politics is a thing that the liberals in the Western world should never pay attention to. Don't even learn about history. It's fine. Don't look to like what happened with communism and socialism against Nazi fascism and how liberals capitulated to the right-wing framing on that issue as well. And then what happened afterwards. You know, what happened next will shock you. Oh my God. It's also crazy because like, I don't think the material conditions, like not the material conditions, but like, I don't think that the current commodity production fits the same old school mechanisms of organizing. So where we're at in our industrial output in general, where we are at in the Western world with our output as labor aristocrats has created a situation where like, you know, organizing on those boundaries that people used to back in the day has gotten also much more difficult. So I don't know. You just got to keep doing what you're doing, you know, just got to keep pushing. And at the end of the day, know that you did the right thing. Fight till your very last breath and know that you did the right thing, hoping for a better future for the upcoming generation. Okay? I didn't learn shit about Germany's lead up to the Hitler enter stage, right? Yeah. No, it is straight up happening. It is straight up happening right now. It is happening right now. It's happening all around the globe. There is, and this is not like hysterical radlib shit, okay? Out and about fascists are running on out and about fascist campaigns, like openly running as fascists, okay? And they're winning. And if they're not winning, sometimes they're making significant gains. And if they're not winning the elections, then sometimes you have a neoliberal president that goes, yeah, I'm not going to listen to the wishes of the public, and I'm going to appoint whoever the fuck I want instead. I'm also going to have open conversations with the same fascists that I ran against originally. I'm talking about Macron in France, of course. Okay? Or if you look at the UK, they adopt the right-wing framing on the issue of immigration, for example, for no fucking reason. And not only that, but also refuse to solve the underlying austerity problems. They don't want to do it. They don't want to fix. They do not want to tackle the influence and power that capital holds in their countries. They don't want to rein it in. They don't want to do anything about it. And it's only going to get worse is what I see. Okay? And inevitably, reform will win. And inevitably, AfD will win in Germany. And inevitably, Le Pen will win in France. And if they don't win, they will end up dictating the agenda without actually winning, which happened in the United States of America under the Joe Brandon administration. And that's where we're at right now. It's not Sunday Funday, it's Saturday Funday. And also, like I said, we are doing some light news. Boiling frog analogy. Yep. The SDP did austerity in the 1920s and the SDP did austerity in the 2020s. Nothing learned. The Democrat Party is running on right-wing policy under Harris. Yep. And it's very frustrating for me seeing this happen, trying to point to history, trying to explain to people that the Democratic Party is not only fucking up the immediate bag in front of their eyes in terms of like winning the election, but the Democratic Party is also obviously, with this kind of capitulation to right-wing framing on issues, especially as it pertains to immigration, are not only hurting their chances electorally, but they're also hurting the country. Okay, they are causing irreparable damage by not actively counter-messaging against this kind of shit. And here you have it. You got Haitian migrant stories running rampant. Okay, that's precisely the reason why the fucking libtards that come into this goddamn community don't screech at me about mass deportations. Why don't they screech at me about mass deportations, you might wonder? Oh, if Trump wins, there's going to be mass deportations. You want Trump to win? They don't say that. Why? Because the Democratic Party's official policy on it is, yeah, Trump wants to do mass deportations. Let's not talk about that. We want to do the best deportations, actually. We want to do the best, strongest border policy. We're outflanking Trump on the border policy. We want the deportations too, actually. That's why the fucking shitty libtards don't fucking come in here and talk about deportations all of a sudden, because now they're pro-deportations, because they're bots. They're fucking NPCs. Anyway.
Have just over 50 days to go until Election Day, and the sprint to November 5th, it is on. Vice President Kamala Harris and former President
Nigel Farage has a higher net approval rating than Keir Starmer. Oh my God. Oh my God, we're so fucking cooked. Oh my God. Oh my God. Globally, we're cooked. It's happening faster than I thought it was going to. Okay? It is happening faster than I thought it was going to happen. That is crazy. The guy here, Nigel Farage, just did a pogrom, okay? A pogrom. They did an Islamophobic, like, mass lynching campaign in the UK like a month ago, okay? One singular month ago. He did an anti-Muslim pogrom. That's crazy. Wow. Wow. Good stuff. Good stuff. 2 polling things if you want to touch on them. Here are all the post-debate national polls. YouGov plus DFP found Harris over Trump on the economy. The YouGov Yahoo poll found Harris beat Trump on every issue except immigration, including the all-important cost of living, 45 to 39. Harris, post-debate polls, happy Saturday. Yeah, all the polls showing +5, +4. That's why I said she's going to see at least a minimum +2 bump, and that the one poll that they showed on CNN was probably too early to tell when we were looking at the Harry Enton coverage on it, because she was like, she definitely is going to get a fucking bump from this debate. I mean, she clobbered Trump. And yeah, so she did. Question is it enough? You know, maybe, probably. This is why I still have not run on the Donald Trump is going to win if she keeps doing this shit attitude overall. I keep telling you, don't worry, liberals. You know, your joyful campaign will probably inevitably yield a Democratic Party victory because of the overarching dissatisfaction that people have with Donald Trump. It just shouldn't be a race to the bottom. It shouldn't be a race, a mirror race of like who can be the worst and still fucking eke out a marginal victory. Why hasn't Walz or Harris publicly denounced the neo-Nazi lies about Haitians? Seems like a no-brainer. Because they are completely locked in on it. Okay, they already tied themselves to this issue. They already tied themselves on the right-wing framing. When Joe Biden on October 5, 2 days before October 7, came out and said, we wrote a right-wing border bill and we are going to fucking push it. And we are going to get Donald Trump to fucking, say no to it because he cares about he wants to use this as an issue to make himself, win the election or whatever, like whatever dumb shit that they were doing then. I told you this was the dumbest fucking thing that they could have done. And they did. I'm sure I have coverage over here specifically on this issue. Let's see. I extensively talked about this. Let me see if I can find it. It was before, it was much longer than. Did Hassan blast off? I did. Most libs I know our age are going from Dem to Green Party or not voting at all. Over 1.2 million Haitian Americans, decades of Haitian migrants coming in, and pet eating and cannibalism has never been a thing. MAGA freaks see one conspiracy and run with it. Yeah. Isn't the UK's economy problems because of right-wing policies, or is it a downfall of public service? Yeah, it is right-wing policies that created the downfall of public services. I want to find an older YouTube video of mine, if we can find it, from like when they first announced this right-wing border bill, or at least a tweet, because I tweeted about it back then. I want to do a I told you so moment here for a second. Okay. They should have used Trump's rejection of the right-wing border bill to go, we gave him a chance, now we're moving forward a more empathetic immigration reform. No, they should have never pushed for that to begin with. Okay? They should have never pushed for that to begin with. Does anyone have a tweet of me back when like they first announced this? They first announced the proposal. That's like, oh yeah, here it is. This is like literally the day of. When Biden and the Democratic Party capitulate the right-wing framing on issues, they lend the reactionary propaganda credence. The only issue with immigration is not letting people enter legally and offering them tools to integrate and work. There is no lump sum of labor. Undocumented immigrants are responsible for less crime per capita than U.S. citizens. Their utilization of the welfare state is marginal and they pay taxes. Drugs don't come through the openings in the border on Abuela's lap. They're trafficked through ports inside of American cars. Oh, look at that. Look at that. October 6th. This was one day before October 7th. This is when he launched the fucking border bill. Breaking. President Biden enacts Trump's white nativist immigration policy he ran against only 4 years ago.
On Capitol Hill, Senate leaders from both parties say they're backing a breakthrough plan to control immigration at the southern border. Now, it's part of a broader national security bill that took months to work out, but it's strongly opposed by many House Republicans and even some Democrats. Nicole Killian has more on that deal.
Bro, this is giving like the exact same energy as when the Barack Obama administration tried to capitulate to the Republican Party and do bipartisanship and cut Social Security spending, and then the Freedom Caucus nuked it. It's the exact same situation being played out in front of our eyes, where like the grand bargain, famously, exactly. The Democratic Party, which, by the way, Joe Biden was also leading that charge last time. The Democratic Party keeps conceding and capitulating. Democrats love pushing bad policy and bad politics. All this bill does is normalize the white nativist position that immigration is actually a matter of national security. Republicans are always going to be able to out-racist the Dems. Warning signs, alarm bells being rung. Video from October 8th, 621 for the border.
Reversal in the battle over the southern border. The Biden administration is pushing through a plan to add to a border wall in southern Texas due to a surge in illegal crossings. The White House is waiving more than 24 federal laws to do so.
Well, the White House is pushing back on the idea that this building of 17 miles of border wall in South Texas is being done because of pressure from even Republicans and even members.
Yeah, this will definitely work. I think we should always concede to like insane made up problems that Republicans claim are destroying America. That's the best way to go about it, especially after you campaign on the wall being racist. I think that's the best thing to do. Always make concessions to your enemy who owns a particular talking point, especially when you do that as a Democrat. All you're doing is basically conceding that this is a problem and it's one that only they can solve. So there is no better way to duke it out than to capitulate to your enemy. It's always something that happens in American politics. It's weak, it's shitty, you're basically conceding that there is a major problem when there isn't one. And when you do that, one side is the masters at solving that problem. You yourself are always going to be seen as someone who doesn't really have it in their heart to fix it. One of the greatest examples of this exact story is when the majority of Democrats got together and voted without anyone asking on a messaging bill that said, "Fuck socialism," including Ro Khanna. Why would you do that? Are you that stupid? To the Republican, to the average Republican, they see you voting on that and think, wow, classic how dumb these socialists are that they are voting against socialism. It must be because they're stupid that they voted on socialism bad. Literally called denouncing the horrors of socialism. There's nothing funnier to me than being a Democrat and voting to pass a messaging bill, a resolution denouncing socialism, the horrors of socialism. The resolution overwhelmingly cleared the chamber in a 328, 86 to 14 vote. The majority of Democrats, 109 of them, voted with all the Republicans for the resolution, while 86 voted against it and 14. So here's the thing. This is the difference between me and charlatans who simply change their attitude and their commentary on the whims of the Democratic Party. The reason why they get shit wrong, and their fans will come in and say, "What's up, grifter?" The reason why they consistently find themselves wrong and also on the wrong side of issues, and the reason why I'm always fucking right, is because I made up my mind by looking at the empirical evidence. I made up my mind and have a coherent worldview. I have a moral compass that guides my political framework. Okay? That's it. This person doesn't have anything. He's just a rudderless ship. He just has like, he's jumping, I assume, from one YouTube commentary channel to the next to make up his mind. Please, I will treat you like an adult with a coherent worldview. I believe in you. You can make up your own mind, okay? Stick around. You will be able to, I assume, make up your own mind on this, all right? Instead of just coming in here to repeat whatever talking point that you watched on a YouTube video, make up your own mind about whether or not I truly believe the things that I'm saying or I'm simply grifting, okay? That's it. And also, in the process, you will be served a 3-minute ad break at the top of the hour, unless you subscribe. You have in the past, so, maybe you'll do it again. Because at the top of the hour, there is a 3-minute ad break. If you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe, which you can do for $6 or for free with a Twitch Prime. By connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, you get 1 free Prime subscription a month. Use it on your favorite broadcaster. Hopefully that's me. Here's the 3-minute ad break now. Trump might lose because of this immigration panic. He's dumb as fuck. Stick to policies, Trump. No, that is his policy. That's his bread and butter. He's just leaning too much into it because he has no, like, the only tactical thing that's happening from the Democrats also capitulating the right-wing framing is that Donald Trump is getting way, way, way out of control. The problem is they're not actually going, see, that's crazy. He's saying crazy shit. if they were to, at the very least, turn around and be like, look at how crazy this guy is. Look how weird this guy is. He's just like making shit up. Don't you think that's weird? He just wants you to hate your fucking neighbor. Like, he has basically gotten enough rope to hang himself at this point. It's not the story, but the word Hitlerian. That's interesting. Only you have used that. You started a trend. God, my favorite streamer strikes again. Hitlerian Trump vows to deport Haitians legally. I mean, I have been using that quite a bit. It's Hitlerian rhetoric, USA Today columnist Rex Hupka wrote on social media in response to Trump's statement. I mean, I didn't invent it, but I have been using it quite a bit. Look, back in 2021, March 15, 2021, border crisis completely manufactured. There has always been a crisis under every admin, but the media is portraying this from an incredibly reactionary point of view. The crisis, in and of itself, is actually the inhumanity and the mistreatment of people crossing the border. That's the real crisis, okay? It is a humanitarian crisis. It's not a crisis where they are, invading the country. You used the word about this story specifically a lot too. Yes. Trump still wins easily due to your electoral college. Sad for you lot. No. These motherfuckers couldn't find a single Democrat who was busing migrants over the border into liberal cities, so they just started doing it themselves. It's exactly the same meme as Steven Crowder cross-dressing, pure projection. Like, there were so many opportunities for the Democratic Party to, like, launch a counter initiative against people just, basically fucking human trafficking a shit ton of migrants into other states deliberately to use them as pawns in their fucking political strategy. These are human beings. And they didn't do a single thing about it for years. And I've been calling this out since the first couple of days of the Biden administration, when we saw Biden's border guards whipping Haitian migrants on horseback. Okay? I told you this was going to be a massive problem. Very, very, very frustrating. Yes, I blasted off already. Okay? Anyway. Here, let's take a look at the race as it stands now.
President Donald Trump are hitting the campaign trail in critical swing states. The race is still very, very tight. ABC's Mary Alice Parks joins us live now from Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Mary Alice, good morning.
Yeah, Gio, good morning. This is a pretty small town, only about 44,000 people. It's a county where former President Trump won twice. But Harris had a rather large, energetic crowd last night with several thousand. She seemed to tailor her pitch. She talked more about being a prosecutor, about specifically going after Mexican cartels, about wanting to create jobs for people that don't have a college degree. All of it seemed to be an attempt to try to chip away at Trump's support here. Vice President Kamala Harris overnight campaigning in central Pennsylvania in a county former President Trump won twice, hoping to chip away at his support.
We need a president of the United States who works for all the American people. And that just stops with all the trying to divide us. Like, people are exhausted with that stuff.
Anchor Brian Taff from our Philadelphia station, WPVI, sitting down with Harris for her first interview since debating Trump.
I think some people have a question, given maybe your current role as Vice President of the United States, how different you are from Joe Biden.
Well, I'm obviously not Joe Biden. And, I offer a new generation of leadership. And so, for example, thinking about developing and creating an opportunity economy where it's about investing in areas that really need a lot of work.
Out west, campaigning in Las Vegas, Trump doubling down on immigration, saying he will start mass.
No, she literally straight up was like, "Oh no, you don't understand. I'm different than I'm a new generational Democrat, different than Joe Biden, which is why I'm going to do exactly the same policies as Joe Biden, like some of the good ones as well. All right." And then also I'm going to add my own stupid fucking proposal to it. Like, what, you think fucking Joe Biden doesn't care about small businesses? Like, what is this argument? Like, oh man, I'm going to be so different than Joe Biden. I'm different than Joe Biden, except not at all. It's bullshit. 2019 border talk tweet talking about Biden and the Dems. Wait, Biden is not in favor of decriminalizing border crossings. This entire video is about supporting Biden, lol. Who was I responding to? On HBO, Bill Maher frets, all the Democrats have to do is win, is to come off less crazy than Trump. And of course, they're blowing it, coming across as unserious people who are going to take away all your money so migrants from Honduras can go to college for free. Lol, yeah, to beat Trump, we just have to be 30% racist, not 100% shaking my head. Josh Murbitz. I mean, he didn't block me. I think he's just protected. It's a protected account. Anyway, yeah. Vindicated again? Of course, dude. Of course I'm fucking vindicated. It's not even a vindication though. The problem is, like, I knew this was coming and I've been screaming about it for months and months and months and months and months. I've been screaming about it for years on so many instances. On so many instances, I was like, you guys are being fucking stupid for this, okay? For years, it's not even months. And the worst part about it is, it's not like this was shocking. Like, what, you think the Republicans are not going to pull the fucking immigration lever to try and win the election? Why is there a caravan every fucking 2 years whenever there's a midterm? All of a sudden, there's a caravan of migrants coming in and it's an invasion. Like, are you stupid? This is what they do. They keep pulling that lever all the time. How the fuck do you not counter? How do you not have decent counter messaging against this dumb shit, dude? I hate this. I hate it. It's bad policy. It's bad politics. It's just so stupid. And this is absolutely creating an environment where these guys can let their freak flags fly once again. And if all you care about is like, oh, well, when they show their freak flags, more people will be scared to vote for the Democratic Party. You're a bloodless, monstrous piece of shit who doesn't care about the inevitable outcome, especially when if the Democrats win and they do push this right-wing border bill, then what's the fucking difference between them and Donald Trump? Then you should have just voted for Donald Trump in 2020 because she's pushing Donald Trump's 2020 border proposal. Why didn't you vote for Donald Trump then? I guess you don't give a fuck about immigrants. I do. I give a fuck about immigration. I do give a fuck about these issues that I talk about. You don't.
Deportations, specifically in Springfield, Ohio, after this week repeating false claims he made at the debate about Haitian immigrants hurting pets in that town.
And I'm angry about illegal Haitian migrants.
What about legal immigrants? You know what's funny about this? The Haitian migrants are legal. The difference between a legal immigrant and an illegal immigrant is just paperwork. Okay? It's simply paperwork. That's it. And the Haitian migrants have paperwork. They have TPS. They're refugees. Okay? And so do the Venezuelans. They have their paperwork. They are literally legally inside of the borders of the United States of America, which is why when they say illegal immigrants, they're actually fucking lying. They want them to be illegal. Like, they want them to be illegalized. Okay? That's it. There's also probably a good reason as to why, and I just can't seem to put my finger on it. This kind of sentiment never existed about the 187,000 Ukrainian migrants, Ukrainian refugees that came into this country and are working alongside the rest of the refugees that are now working inside of the U.S. borders. Why is there no argument against them in the similar fashion? Because they're white, okay? And I have no issue with the Ukrainian migrants. Obviously, this community fundraised so that they could come into the United States, okay? Does your monologue from 3 days ago? A lot of people that vote for Republicans don't actually associate the real negative consequences of the legislation that they're signing on for. This is a well-documented phenomena. This is something that plagues American politics, and it's something that plagues politics in general. People genuinely think, oh, I'm voting for this guy because this, right? They don't really consider how those policies are going to end up harming themselves. A great example of this is obviously on the issue of abortion. There are plenty of Republicans that voted for the Republican Party. They didn't really care about abortion rights being restricted. And now they're like, oh my God, this is actually devastating. Because all of a sudden, there's no way you can message out of it. Everybody now knows you are responsible for all of the women in places like Texas, in places like Ohio, that can't get fucking ectopic pregnancies dealt with because Republicans shut that access off. They are responsible for it. They have to fucking live with that reality. Do you understand? Have you reviewed the CNN stuff yet? No, I haven't. It's on here. Speaking of which, it's on the docket somewhere around here. Hassan's a pretty cool dude, even if you don't have... Hassan's a pretty cool dude when you don't have someone on Twitter telling you he's an evil fucking person. That's a good tweet. Oh, here it is. Misinformation with Donny O'Sullivan. Misinformation, the Lost Left, Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern time on CNN. I'm on this I'm featured on this documentary that he did, this short doco that he did. This is another slot from CNN where he's promoting it. Let's take a look.
What is it about some of these guys that has made them go from far left to far right?
Like every young man in a certain point of their lives have like had some kind of insecurity, whether it be about their sexuality or whether it be about like their future prospects or whatever. And I think that like a lot of these guys take advantage of that and present this false narrative that like, in order to be a man, you got to be like homophobic. It's like, no, a real man is going to want to protect people who are marginalized.
All right, Joni O'Sullivan with us now. Wow, I mean, this is pretty eyebrow-raising and surprising. What surprised you?
Hey,
wait, why is that eyebrow raising and surprising? Like, wow, this dude who's brolic as hell with the sleeves busted off, talking about true masculinity.
Right, yeah. Who you heard from there, his name is Hassan Piker. He is on Twitch, which is a video game streaming platform. He's got about 3 million followers. Oops, I'm sorry. That's my Twitch going off right there. He's got about 3 million followers there. And look, this is a whole new world of where young people, and really people of all ages, are getting their information and misinformation. So on video game platforms like Twitch, people are also discussing politics. They talk about politics all day. They discuss politics. And some of the men we met on this journey for misinformation for the whole story with Anderson Cooper were guys who spend most of their time online, many hours a day. They feel disillusioned. They feel left behind by politics. They were formerly Bernie bros just up until even as recently as 4 years ago. They don't see a material change in their life. They are getting more frustrated as they stay online, and they have moved all the way to MAGA, but even beyond that, to the very, very, very far right and into really hateful and extremist spaces online. I met 2 of them. Take a look at this.
But the men that we met here weren't always this way.
She wants you. She tweeted that she wants to come on your stream. Who are you talking about? Chatters is just like hallucinating crazy ass shit nowadays.
My name's Jackson Hinkle.
Like a few years ago, Jackson was campaigning for progressive causes.
I was BLM originally. BLM has been co-opted by NATO, by the government.
And Adam, aka Charmhole, had changed as well. So you used to be a big liberal. You used to be a big liberal.
Absolutely.
A big Democrat.
Yeah.
You were a Bernie bro?
Bernie bro, through and through.
I wanted to find out what had made them change. Why do you think the Russians like you so much?
I speak truth.
Good to see you, man.
American politics is schizophrenic. So you got one side saying you're crazy.
I love that this guy's like, American politics is schizophrenic. And let me tell you something, okay? I am too.
You got the other side saying you're crazy.
Yeah, one of the guys you saw there, Jackson Hinkle, who I asked, why did the...
Not the guy in our Discord that got banned for saying circumcised people count as trans people? Shut the fuck up. Wait, that guy with the glasses, he got banned from the Discord? Charmhole was a mentally ill chatter I banned 3 years ago? I'd have thought you knew that. No, I didn't fucking know that. No, I don't know any of this shit, bro. I don't know. Listen, what you see is what you get, okay? What you see from me, this is what I do online, yap about fucking politics. That is what I do, and that's the only thing I do. This motherfucker was a 22-month subscriber. I was banned from your Discord by transphobic moderation. I was attempting to debate transsexual issues, and they got mad. I'm such an epic debate lord. Want to debate? Did I miss the big announcement? What was the announcement? And this guy got banned in 2020. He was a 22-month subscriber. Oh my God. Harasses multiple users of the community in their streams. Unbanned through unban form. Denied unban after asking Britta for input. Never unbanned. 20 hours ago. What is this? What's up, Haas Mod? Haha. I got banned by Haas Daddy 2 years ago for saying the word transsexual in chat. Could you revisit this ban for me and hopefully resolve it? I'd greatly appreciate. Thanks. Fuck no, but I heard he rescinded his take on that word. And then trans pride and then intersex pride. And 4/8/2022. No, those are global Twitch emotes that he's using. I did not know any of this. Should have talked about the common denominator and Bernie Bros turning to MAGA turds is getting banned in the chat. I think Felix Biederman and myself, Felix by not replying to his reply guys, or not liking their tweets, and me just like fucking banning some of the most unhinged people in this community have probably created more enemies than we care to admit. Okay, obviously it's not my fault, but god damn, dude, like I try to fucking steer this ship in a positive direction on a daily fucking basis, you know? Here's his Twitter. Watching Hassan the Hun and by your logic commit massive amounts of white racism labeled hogwatch and getting away with it on Twitch. Disgusting behavior. Cancel culture only ever seems to work one way. Please report for hate speech and racism. Thank you. Donnie kind of group you with these loons? No, dog. If you can't understand what he's doing there to show that there is like a foil to this kind of misinformation, I don't know what to tell you. He's not saying I'm like them. He's saying there are normal people out there as well who are working actively to try and you know, counter this misinformation.
Russians like you so much. He's a 24-year-old from California, from San Clemente. 8 years ago, he was a Bernie kid, basically. He was picking up trash on his beach in California, was working on progressive causes, and now has made this, just over the space of a few years, this very hard turn right.
Wow, I mean, real hard turn. So what are their views on Kamala Harris?
They're not big fans. And look, I mean, these guys are steeped now in the world of MAGA, but I think it goes far beyond that, and it's something that we are seeing in the US, but also all around the world, is this kind of radicalization of men. Men who are feeling disillusioned, who feel like they've been left behind in some sort of ways, and there are people.
These guys are pissed that you're being shown as a fool to their bullshit and bitching in the comments about how you're not a real leftist. Yeah, dude, if you're considering yourself to be MAGA in any way, and then also simultaneously trying to hold on to the idea that you're some kind of leftist, you are the biggest delusional person on the planet. I need to make something clear. I hate the Democratic Party for their closeness in policy to the Republicans. Okay? If you can't understand that, I don't know what to tell you. That's it. That's it. There is not a single fucking thing that the Republican Party advocates for, or MAGA advocates for, that I find to be good. And my hatred for the Democratic Party stems from the reality that they cave and capitulate to the right on a regular fucking basis. Do you understand? There is no world where I just like go, oh, I'm MAGA now. Like, that's not a thing. That's not a real thing. It's despicable, it's disgusting, and I fucking despise the Democrats for not actively fighting against it and sometimes directly leaning into that narrative. Okay? It is antithetical to my worldview. I think it's antithetical and incompatible with human values. And I think it's gross and disgusting that the Democrats even dare to lean into some of these weird, like completely fascist perspectives that the Republicans have. Okay, the immigration conversation is a perfect example of this. So no, of course I have no. So of course I have no interest in you know, people like this who consider themselves to be fucking MAGA. You are a liberal, okay? You are the thing you hate the most. A person who simply has hyper focused on the aesthetics, a victim of the culture war. Because what's the difference between MAGA and liberalism in that situation, or the Democratic Party in that situation? You're just a liberal. Oh, trans people exist and that pisses me off. I want healthcare, but I also want to fucking kill trans people. The fuck? Okay, you're MAGA. I found the Discord logs. If you're cut, you're trans. Simple as debate me, pussies. Not talking about trans issues is transphobic. Sometimes you gotta, you know, recognize that people are just mentally unwell. This is one of those individuals, it seems.
People online, influencers are online. There's a whole manosphere, it's called, on the internet, of playing into these guys' insecurities, their grievances, and really radicalizing them.
Fascinating. All right, we'll be watching for more. Donnie O'Sullivan, thank you so much. Don't miss.
Didn't he interview at the DNC? Yeah, Donnie interviewed me at the DNC. These guys aren't the real leftists. If anything, they try to co-opt a few socialist parties in the States by trying to take over CPUSA, and when that didn't work, they split off and made the ACP. I know, it's just like a fucking utterly irrelevant splinter that partially has, in my assessment, ties to maybe a federal agent, you know? That's it. if you abandon your entire worldview because like you got yelled at by a fucking Twitch streamer, you weren't with it at all. Okay? It's crazy to me. Like, anyway, here's another tweet. Democrats in 2020, we will not concede an inch to the fascist Republican border policy. Democrats in 2024, Trump is the reason we can't fund the MAGA wall and stop the immigrant invasion. Just gonna repost this for posterity. Please answer my last question. I know you're gonna time out or ban me. I just want to know if you've covered this. No, I briefly covered it yesterday. I haven't covered it. I didn't have enough time to cover it. I'll try and get to it today. Matt Nelson is who we were talking about, who self-immolated outside of the Israeli consulate in Boston.
Taking over Springfield, Ohio. You see that mess, don't you?
Local officials repeat.
Apparently in Vegas, he actually brought a friend of the show, Bryce. What's his name? Bryce Hall, onto the stage as well. Dude, Trump is so. It is so fucking easy to get on his good side. That's it. You just got to be like, I like him, and he will literally put you on stage, dog.
Repeatedly saying that Trump's claims are not true, but that they have created chaos and upended life for residents. Students evacuated, the FBI and local law enforcement investigating bomb threats to schools and the town hall. The mayor saying it must stop, that they need help, not hate.
They're not helping, they're hurting communities like ours with our words.
Our Terry Moran asking the former president about the ramifications for this town.
The mayor of Springfield, Ohio, the police chief, the Republican governor of Ohio have all debunked this story about people eating pets. And now there are bomb threats at schools and kids being evacuated. Why do you still spread this false story?
The real threat is what's happening at our border.
No. Bomb threats are not a threat. The real threat is what's... Bryce Hall.
We need Trump back. Really bad.
This is fucking hilarious to me because like there's absolutely zero difference between him doing this and like Little Pimp. Little Pimp. This is not a good thing. It's a bad thing. It is another glaringly obvious signal to those who understand a thing or two about politics that Donald Trump not doing great. Okay? Not doing great. Chalk that up to Trump not doing a great job. He's dressed like a 5-year-old who got permission to dress himself for the first time ever. I mean, that's like his outfit is not the main point of contention I have here. Weren't you on the TMG podcast with Bryce? Yes. Bryce is a TikToker. He was a TikTok heartthrob. I think he's like a funny dude, and I thought he was a nice guy. And what ended up happening was he started doing bare knuckle boxing because everybody called him a pussy, and he was pretty decent at it as far as I understand. He started like winning, and I think he might have gotten CTE in the process because he went from like being an open-minded, like a relatively open-minded TikTok fuckboy who's like kind of funny to just like leaning into the MAGA grift in what I suspected early on was like a meme for the most part. And then he full-blown now is like, I guess, MAGA, you know? So many Americans get CTE and become MAGA Republican. Yeah. But when Taylor Swift endorses Kamala, it's awful.
I'm allowed to criticize Taylor Swift, and I don't give a shit who gets upset. This is disgusting. If she wants to vote Harris Walz, she can do it all she wants. But to say the reason she's doing it is because of Tim Walz's stance on LGBTQ, you, Taylor Swift.
This has brought out all the fucking demons. Here is an old demon that we... why doesn't CTE...
And as of today, there is not one member of the United States military who is in active duty in a combat zone in any war zone around the world. The first time this century. What? But let's understand.
So where the fuck are we right now?
Okay, that's a good one. You know, hey, they ain't wrong. I'm going to run it back. It's funny.
And as of today, there is not one member of the United States military who is in active duty in a combat zone in any war zone around the world. The first time this century. What? But let's understand.
So where the fuck are we right now?
As a veteran, how the fuck are they in a combat zone? What do you mean? There's still troops in fucking Iraq and Syria. What are we talking about? Bro, every other week there's like Iraq or Syria may not be designated as combat zones. I'm not positive, but they may or may not have lost their combat designations. They don't count. I mean, dude, there's definitely still troops in Iraq and Syria. What's funny about it is that there's always like another story about like Iran gave a concussion to one of our best troops in Syria or Iraq, and it's like, why are they there? You know what I mean? What the fuck? Why are they there? What do you mean? You didn't know this? Like, how do you think troops just like materialize underneath an Iranian bombing campaign magically whenever there's like any kind of issue in the area, and Iran's like, oh yeah, we're gonna retaliate by striking an American military base? What are they doing there? What they're doing there is exactly the same thing that they were doing in Afghanistan, protecting American material interests, okay? Protecting oil fields. That's what they are doing. Now, technically, you might not consider that to be a combat zone, an active combat zone, but, you know, they're doing the same shit that they're always doing. American imperialism.
Make America great again.
Anyway, American units are active in Iraq right now. Yeah, but I don't think, maybe it's just not considered a combat zone anymore. Like the designation might be different. I don't know. Like technically, yeah, there are 2,500 troops left in Iraq. They are not considered in a combat theater. They're trained advisors, for example, how the trainers and advisors, that's just how the military does the wording. Yeah. Like, it's a weird situation because it's like in between. It's a country that you have invaded wholesale, right? You've completely invaded with on the ground, like active boots on the ground military warfare. But then beyond that, the designation changes when you withdraw most of your troops, but you still leave some behind for trainers and advisory positions. And they're there to protect the interests of America, obviously. But under the American designation, it might be considered one of the 800 military bases we have. There's like there's almost 200,000 troops that are active right now in overseas military bases, right? But it's not considered a combat zone. Like there are a shit ton of American bases in Turkey, right? Those guys are not technically considered they're not in a combat zone, right? But with Iraq, it gets a little bit different because it's not necessarily just a NATO ally. It's not like the Marines in Okinawa, right? They are in an area that until very recently was an invasion. But yeah, shouts out to Bryce for being a brave and bold American. You can't even fucking endorse Donald Trump no more. You know what I mean? Thoughts on Bryce Hall being promised a treasury role in Trump's office? I think we need more of that. We need more smart guys like Bryce running the show over there, you know? Look at Nelk with Trump. They're like not even American, which is even funnier. His girlfriend is literally an immigrant. I think someone said she's Cuban from Florida, so you know, it don't work that way. So, yeah. Battleground Blitz. The Pope is woke. Pope likens Kamala Harris the one who kills children while Trump is committing a grave sin.
Arriving to thousands of supporters in Singapore is a man whose opinion matters to millions. Pope Francis on a 12-day international tour of Asia.
Bro's he's just trying to be iShow speed, bro. Like, chill, dog, chill. You can't. You are not iShow speed, okay? You are not iShow speed. You're not speed. Stop. I bet you can't even do a fucking backflip. I bet you cannot even do a goddamn backflip. What is he doing? Is he signing the baby's head?
And on a plane journey.
I saw the Pope jump over a car. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't do backflips. You can't jump over a fucking Lamborghini, okay? You got nothing. You can be an ecumenical Marxist all day, every day. Don't matter to me, okay? Until I see you doing some fucking backflips, I'm not believing, okay? I am not a believer in Catholicism until I see that shit.
Back to Rome, asked by the press his thoughts on the two US presidential hopefuls.
Both are against life. whether it is the one who is chasing away migrants or the one that kills children. Both are against life. I cannot decide.
By the way, he's not talking about abortion here. He's talking about fucking, just so you understand, he's talking about Gaza. Okay? Before people think like, oh, he's you know, doing an abortion argument. No, he's not. He's not talking about abortion. I'm pretty sure he's talking about fucking, no, he's talking about Gaza. He also hates abortion this much. I know he's anti-abortion, but I think he's also very anti-Gaza. No, he mentions Gaza separately. This is about abortion. Okay, never mind.
You must vote, and you must choose the lesser evil. Who is the lesser evil? That lady or that gentleman?
In an unusually vocal move, his subtle choice not to name the two candidates has raised questions about why he's speaking out at all. The issues touched on, though, abortion and migration, both key election issues.
I thought he fucking, the Pope is anti-abortion. Wow, crazy. Who would have thought? Yeah, I mean, that's a dog shit take. He's a Catholic, of course. It's about abortion. He's a total piece of shit. Pope slams both Harris and Trump is against life and urges Catholics to vote for the lesser evil. Aboard the papal plane on Friday, slammed both the U.S. presidential candidates who called anti-life policies on abortion and migration. That's kind of surprising because I've heard him. I don't know if this is like a misinterpretation of what he was saying, because I know he's obviously fucking anti-abortion, but he is definitely very, very anti-genocide in Gaza. Bro, why did you ever think the Pope was progressive? He's the head of the Catholic Church. He always has been and will always be evil. No, this Pope, guys, I'm ranking him on the papacy, okay? Obviously, it is a little different. Like, the ranking changes dramatically when you're the motherfucking Pope, okay? He's pro-immigration, anti-genocide in Gaza, okay? He's an ecumenical Marxist. Like, he literally is. He uses the F slur regularly. Yeah, he's not a Catholic. He is the Catholic. This is the most progressive Pope that has ever existed, I think. Yeah, he's like accepting of LGBTQ plus, which is like insane to think. He is progressive for a Pope. Left is going to cancel the most leftist Pope in 1,000 years. Yeah, you're crazy. Like, he is, bro, the Pope. Let me tell you something, okay? With the exception of the abortion conversation, this Pope is more progressive than the average American conservative. What are you talking about? Chatters are so funny. They just they laser in on one fucking point and go, no, that's the most significant thing, and shut the fuck up. Who cares about all the other stuff that he's said? Like, he is literally more progressive than your fucking neighbor, dog. What are you talking about? Like, your priorities are so unimaginably out of whack. Previous popes were like pro-Nazi and shit. What the fuck are you talking about? This doesn't mean he's good. Aren't you saying we should demand more from our leaders? Do you think the Pope is democratically voted on? What are you? It's the papacy. What are you saying? It's the Pope, dude. It's like literally a remnant of old school theocracy, dog. What the fuck? What the fuck? Chatters, y'all are crazy. Technically, he's elected by a council of cardinals. Yeah. Yeah, you got American Catholics being like, the Pope is a commie, I fucking hate him. And chatters are like, the Pope elections be crazy. We can reform the Vatican if we just vote third party, bro. This Pope cares much more about the genocide than abortion. Yeah. Like, I hear him every now and then chirp about abortion, but I definitely have heard him way more about fucking
civili inermi sono oggetto di bombardamenti e spari. Dove non ci sono terroristi, ma famiglie, bambini.
While he's progressive in most, he still stands on the opinion that trans people are evil and goes against God. Nah, you're wrong. It's just for publicity. They admitted they want to attract young people. Dog, ain't no young person is fucking joining the Catholic Church, okay? That's not happening. It doesn't matter how they try to fucking repackage Catholicism, okay? Who gives a fuck? Also, this dude, if you know his background, is actually solidly, as far as like being a fucking religious nut job, he's the fucking Pope. Of course, he has like a lot of social conservative hangups. He's the Pope. I'm going to repeat this again. He's the Pope. He's the Pope. He is literally the Pope. He is not some random guy. He is Mr. Catholicism. Okay? In comparison to the rest of the Catholic popes that have existed prior, okay? He is insanely fucking woke. Not even a question. Insanely woke. He's even like tried to deal with the pedophilia in the church as well, in the Catholic Church as well. So like he's gone above and beyond in terms of like the expectations from a fucking pope. Okay? Just take the good and recognize it and move on. He's also literally, former pope was literally a member of the Hitler Jugend. Yeah. He's from Argentina. Yeah, he is from Argentina. But like, not the bad kind of Argentinian, okay? The good kind.
È stata danneggiata e colpito. Qualcuno dice è il terrorismo, è la guerra. Sì.
Are you making the harm reduction argument with the Pope? There is no voting for the Pope, dude. Just use a massive figurehead that seemingly commands like hundreds of millions of people making solid fucking pro-leftist arguments to your advantage. Leftists love looking at a good thing and just being like, now. You got the motherfucking Pope being like, Israel's doing a genocide, and you're like, I don't care. The Pope is not woke enough. What do you want him to like be fucking pro-trans? Like, he's the Pope. What the fuck are you talking about, dude? Like, I'm doing a purity spiral on the Pope. Is the Pope your problematic fave? Yes. I locked in on the Pope. I'm pro-Pope when he used the term, he used the F slur not once but twice in the gayest way possible. He didn't just say the F slur. He said it in a way where it's like only someone who is either gay or gay adjacent would use that term. Yeah. I don't like the Pope. He hasn't denounced Catholicism in all forms. Do you think he's zesty? Guys, he's the Pope. There hasn't been a Pope that wasn't zesty. What are you talking about? They dress up every day. What are you talking about? Of course it's the Pope. Of course, they're automatically zesty. All right.
Kamala Harris's support for abortion and Donald Trump's proposed crackdown on immigration under fire. And it's not the first time. About Trump's election campaign plans to build a wall on the border with Mexico, the Pope questioned his Christian faith in 2016 before a somewhat stiff meeting at the Vatican a year later on the new US president's first foreign trip. But how important is his critique?
I would say it's exceptional if he chooses to wade in to the degree he did. I suppose it reflects the stakes of the U.S. election. Everybody watches the U.S. election with great interest, and certainly they do at the Vatican. I would say, again, he was careful not to say vote for one or the other. But yes, probably he could have, I suppose, demurred or avoided the question more than he did.
Kamala Harris.
What can't be avoided is the choice American voters will soon have to make between Harris and Trump. Neither of November's choices, according to the Pope, preferable. Amelia Harper, Sky News.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs. The people that came in, they're eating the cats.
It was an extraordinary claim. So what is really going on in Springfield, Ohio?
I see a lot of pets that have disappeared.
Really?
On Facebook.
What do you know? What have you seen?
I know all our ducks are gone.
What do you think about it? Have you heard about it?
I've heard about it, but I haven't seen anything really.
Yeah. And you're not worried about your dog?
No.
And who's eating them? I have no idea.
But then a man who didn't want to be on camera with a hint of how these conspiracies are seeded.
I've never seen nothing going on with the dog and the cat, except what I've seen on TikTok with the Springfield police. And she was from Ohio. You know, I think she's from Haiti, wasn't she?
Why'd you?
Yeah, I saw the Springfield woman. Where the Springfield police is like, no, that's just an American citizen, not even in Springfield. Like, There you go. Shit happening in your backyard you have no awareness of. You just think like shit that you saw on TikTok is more important for what you perceive is happening in your fucking backyard, you know? Great stuff. Great stuff overall. Perfect demonstration. Perfect demonstration of how social media works. He's from Haiti, Ohio. You know, Haiti, Ohio. That's where she from, I heard. Haiti. Ay. What are we doing, dude? People have no critical thinking skills. It's over. It's so fucking jover. No critical thinking, no interest in the truth. Just straight fucking unfiltered, unmitigated racism. No fucking breaks. All gas, baby. Good stuff. Yeah. This is what happens when you let people think for themselves. No, this is what happens when people can't think for themselves. Okay? This is actually what happens when people can't think for themselves. Facts only. Meet the 11 gay or bisexual posts from history. That's crazy. Okay? You're crazy.
Kill the cat. This is the video he's seen. Police footage of a woman being arrested for allegedly killing and eating a cat. Yes, but she isn't a Haitian migrant. She is American. She was born here. And this isn't Springfield either. Across this town, we have not found anyone who has seen pet-eating immigrants. The dogs seem safe. The cats are roaming loose. The instinct then may be to laugh at this Trumpian rhetoric. Indeed, the Haitians of Springfield can see the funny side too.
Haitians don't hitting the cat, the dog.
I mean, it's nice, like, it's nice that they're in good spirits about it, but like, this is just straight up blood libel, dude. This is like, you know, this is being advanced with a very, very nefarious purpose, and that is to make life unlivable for the Haitians, with the ultimate goal of like either physically driving them out of town or, you know, deporting them. It's very frustrating. Another BDS win. Okay, I saw chatters. Oh my God. MIT Coalition for Palestine shares a major victory. MIT activists and the first American-Israeli weapons manufacturer partnership at the university. It is a great view, okay? You have sent me this so many times today, and I feel like you're going to keep sending it over and over again. Like, we're going to get to it, okay? We're going to get to it. I'm on. It's not. We open up the floodgates now. We open up the floodgates. Now people are going to send me a shit ton more links. I got to stop. I got to stop clicking on fucking link spammers, dude. I got to lock in. And so do you. Because at the top of the hour, there's a 3-minute ad break. And if you no longer want to see those ads, you got to lock in and make sure that you subscribe for $6, even though it's 30% off right now, or for free with a Twitch Prime. Because here's the 3-minute ad break now. Wait, you are anti-spam? Come on, dude. You didn't know that I'm anti-spam in the chat? Anyway, we'll dive into this stuff in a second.
No, it's not no culture to hitting that.
Amantes, look.
But within this cat and dog story, there are some actual truths, because there are huge challenges here over immigration.
This is your passport and your paperwork.
Vitio is one of 15,000 who have arrived here in this town from war-torn Haiti since 2020. The pressures on services and society are understandable.
You left your country, you know what, you left your country, the working, go school, 30, it's okay.
Casey Rollings runs the centre.
How did you feel when you heard Donald Trump's words the other night?
I was physically ill. I was physically ill. Still am. I can't even react. I mean, I can't even repeat it. It's just unfathomable to me. But that's what happens when hysteria is spread, you know, and, you know, all kinds of fictional narratives. And it's really, really doing harm to our world.
We looked at another view from another Springfield resident that has gone viral.
I feel like we have been invaded by some sort of pest. I'm angry that my friends and family are packing up and moving away.
You are literally a Nazi, lady. You're a fucking Nazi. You're a Nazi piece of shit. I feel like we're being invaded by some sort of pest. Straight up. Welcome back, Adolf Hitler, dude. So many little Hitlers everywhere in this goddamn country, okay? So many little Hitlers just left and right popping out.
I'm angry that foreigners are using up the resources that were set up for the Americans that reside here.
Every community, every culture has its myth and its folklore. I guess we're hearing it.
The tensions in the town are clear, but they are being fanned. This accident last year was caused by a Haitian driver. This 11-year-old died. Trump's running mate, J.D. Vance, said online he was murdered by migrants. Listen, though, to the boy's father.
I wish that my son, Aiden Clark, was killed by a 60-year-old white man. I bet you never thought anyone would ever say something so blunt. But if that guy killed my 11-year-old son, the incessant group of hate-spewing people would leave us alone.
The Haitian thing is such an old school blood libel that it feels like a noticeable escalation, like Sartre described in his essay on anti-Semitism. They know they're lying and they're enjoying it. Yeah, 100%. Never believe that anti-Semites are completely unaware of the absurdity of their replies. They know that their remarks are frivolous, open to challenge, but they are amusing themselves for it. But they are amusing themselves, for it is their adversary who is obliged to use words responsibly, since he believes in words. The anti-Semites have the right to play. They even like to play with discourse, for by giving ridiculous reasons, they discredit the seriousness of their interlocutors. They delight in acting in bad faith, since they seek not to persuade by sound argument, but to intimidate and disconcert. If you press them too closely, they will abruptly fall silent, loftily indicating by some phrase that the time for argument is past. This quite literally happened when that one Bonercelli fan came into the chat to be like, you are lying about Springfield. You are lying about Springfield. It is a small town that was invaded by migrants, Haitian migrants, and that Springfield was not a poor town. You are lying. Okay? And then when faced with the actual facts, because he was so confident that I was lying, okay, he went, oh, well, I guess we all figured out the truth now, thanks to me calling you out for lying. And then he still doubled down and said, doesn't matter. And then we found out that he was a defender of pedophilia. This is true of every single chud you see talking about Springfield. None of these people actually believe it. No, some people do actually believe it. There are real believers out there. Here, I'll show you. Okay, I'll show you the poll that came out. This is a senior political reporter at the Washington Post, Aaron Blake. A majority of Trump supporters believe the Haitian immigrants stealing and eating pets thing. Independents disbelieve it more than 2-1, though, and 5 times as many independents are sure it's false as they are sure it's true. Okay, for Trump supporters, 22% say Haitian immigrants are abducting and eating pets and dogs and cats. Definitely. They say it's definitely true. 22% of Trump voters say that. 30% of Trump voters say it's probably true. Okay? As opposed to only 7% of independents that think it's definitely true and 17% of independents that think it's probably true. There are definitely a lot of people who are blindly believing this kind of stuff because they are straight up fucking bots. Okay, they are NPCs. They just literally fucking read something from whatever headline from whatever news article or whatever leader they have in their movement, and they just go, that's true, and I will now repeat it forever, and I firmly believe it. Okay? Then there are the people like J.D. Vance that aren't real believers, but know full well that advocating for this works to galvanize some of the worst pieces of shit in their base. There are those who don't give a shit if it's real or not and still repeat it. Can you think of anything that would have to happen for Vance and the other Nazis to stop spreading this bullshit? Yes. Launching a successful counter-messaging campaign against this kind of racist sentiment, showcasing that it is utterly ridiculous and also completely fucking racist by pointing to examples that I've pointed to. For example, no, they won't stop if someone dies. What the fuck are you talking about? Remember El Paso? Remember Buffalo, New York? How many times do Trump supporters have to go out and fucking kill people and say they're doing it because of the things that they heard on television for them to stop being racist? It doesn't happen like that. The only time it actually happens is if you deliver such a commanding defeat to the Republican Party that they have to change trajectory on the messaging. They never stop. That's the only thing that can change the discourse in this country, is if the one side that is supposed to be the adults in the room actually look at the situation and go, what the fuck are you saying? You're gross, you're weird, you're a fucking racist. You want people to hate their neighbors, and you're willing to lie to get them to do so. Okay? That's it. That's the only way that you can actually get out of this situation. Except the Democrats have been doing the exact opposite. So they are also responsible for this. The Democrats leaning into right-wing immigration policies, claiming that there is an issue at the border, claiming that there is a real problem with migrants, a problem that constitutes like real right-wing solutions like building a wall, only 4 years after calling everyone a Nazi for wanting to build that very same wall, is insane. The hypocrisy is glaringly obvious. Like, even if people don't have firmly held positions on it, okay, they see the Democrats go, build the wall was Nazi shit 4 years ago. Now you want to fucking build it yourself. What the fuck? Did you not believe it was Nazi shit back then either? Or are you a Nazi now? I don't really understand it. They don't want to build it. What are you talking about? And then you have the deluded liberals in here. They don't want to build the wall. You don't know your own policy. As a lifelong Democrat, I suspect you should know a little bit more about your own party's policy. Kamala Harris's border bill, which was Joe Biden's border bill that he unveiled, features funding to continue the build the wall. Okay? It does. The Joe Biden administration has also used eminent domain to expand the border bill. Or not to expand the border bill, sorry, to build the border wall. So you're wrong. It's in the fucking bill. It's like money that was already meant for it, right? No, stop. You are not a DNC operative. Okay? You are not getting paid by the Democratic Party. This is in the new bill that they are trying to vote for and sign into law. Kamala's first ad about immigration literally featured pics of Trump's wall 3 times. It is both bad policy and bad politics, typical for the Democratic Party. Shocking that they would go so far, especially considering that it's a direct reversal. It is a direct reversal of what they ran on 4 years ago and successfully won on 4 years ago. I think Americans truly have a very short window of memory. Like, you just forget that 4 years prior, the Joe Biden campaign was running against Donald Trump's anti-immigrant sentiment and anti-immigrant policies.
President Trump issued his immigrant family separation order nearly 3 years ago.
Kids were under Mylar blankets on concrete floors after being taken from the arms of their parents. I will never forget seeing it with my own eyes, but Physicians for Human Rights, they call it torture. The American Academy of Pediatrics says it was government-sanctioned child abuse.
Nearly 3 years after Trump's order, over 500 children are still not back with their parents.
What happened? Their kids were ripped from their arms and separated. And now they cannot find over 500 sets of those parents, and those kids are alone. Nowhere to go. It's criminal.
They are so well taken care of. They're in facilities that were so clean.
On his first day as president, Joe Biden will issue an executive order creating a federal task force to reunite these children with their parents.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Everything is at stake.
Thank you for educating me. Lol, I believe I just want to know what was new about it. Thank you. Thank you all for educating me. I did realize they were moving right on immigration. I didn't know it was so bad though. Yes, it is unimaginably bad. And back in the day, the Democrats at least would do a push and pull. You know what I mean? They'd be like, okay, we're going to do mass deportations like Barack Obama did, but we're also going to do DACA on the side or something. You know what I mean? They've dropped that. They don't even have compromise in this fucking border bill. It's just right wing. It's just a right wing border bill written by an incredibly right wing senator from Oklahoma. And the only reason why they did that is because they wanted to expose the hypocrisy of the Republican Party. It's such a fucking idiotic thing. Why should we be against walls on the border? It's that just Trump presented it as his main solution to the immigration issue, which is wrong. What do you mean? Like, how do we go from the border wall is a silly fucking argument to not a real problem at all? And it actually leans in the right-wing direction that, like, immigrants constitute a grave threat to this country. And therefore, this is silly racist nonsense to actually walls are good. Like, border walls are perfectly solid. Every country has walls. This is literally what MAGA supporters used to say in 2016 all the way until 2020. Now Democrats are saying it. Do you not understand what you end up doing? You just keep radicalizing your base. You prime them to adopt right-wing positions. That's all you do when you do this, okay? That's all Democrats end up doing, creating more little Hitlerites, okay, in their own party that have this idiotic right-wing understanding. You do support easier access for immigrants to become citizens, even if that means a stronger border, right? Dude, there are no border walls between states. There is rarely the same level of fucking... There's no great border wall between the northern border with Canada. One must ask the question, why? Why is there never a push to build a fucking border wall on the northern border? There's a massive border there too. There's a higher population density of Canadians living on our northern border. Most of the Canadian towns and big cities, major cities, due to the climate in Canada, are directly on the fucking border, okay? Why is nobody talking about building a massive border wall on the northern border? Why? Think about that. Yeah, like almost, I think, what is it, like 80% of the entire Canadian population, no, 90% of the entire Canadian population lives on the U.S. border, okay? Like near the U.S. border. A far larger number of Canadians, live right on the fucking border than Mexicans. The entire Canadian population is right on the fucking border. Never talked about, 72% of Canada's population lives below latitude 49. 50% literally live right here. 90% of Canadians live within 100 miles of the U.S. border. It's because of climate, by the way. That's not the argument that I'm making. My point is there's no advocacy for building a fucking border wall on the northern border. Why? More than 60% of Canadians live south of Seattle. Yeah, northern ground isn't fertile either. Sure, I know. But why? Ask the question, why? YouGov Yahoo poll found that Harris beat Trump on every issue except immigration, including the all-important cost of living, 35% to 39%. Among Americans who either watched the debate or followed the subsequent coverage of it, a full 56% say Harris won. Just 26% say the same about Trump. In a break with long-standing partisan patterns, the number of Democrats who say won, 94%, is nearly 40 points higher than the number of Republicans who say Trump did, 57%. Just 21% of independents think the former president came out on top. Nearly half of those familiar with the debate, in fact, say Trump delivered a poor performance, 48%, while a clear majority, 58%, say Harris' performance was either excellent or good. That same group sees Harris as the candidate who came across as more presidential, 51 to 35, coherent, 50 to 29, competent, 50 to 36, focused on policy, 48 to 34, and strong, 47 to 39. Trump was seen as more insulting, 53 to 28, and untruthful, 49 to 35, as well as more responsible than Harris for making the debate embarrassing, 50% to 29, painful, 46 to 30, 46 to 30, and infuriating, 44 to 33 to watch. But Harris didn't just win the personality contest Tuesday night, she won the policy war too. Respondents who followed the debate say the vice president gave better answers than Trump on every issue except immigration, including abortion, 53 to 30%. The January 6 attacks on U.S. Capitol, 49 to 28. Her own record, 45 to 31. The cost of living, 45 to 39. And even Trump's record, 44 to 36. As a result, 46% of them now say the debate made them think better of Harris. Just 20% say the same about Trump, including a mere 15% of independents. Okay? Kamala Harris didn't say shit about immigration, so of course, she lost on that front. She said very little about immigration. She rarely ever counter-messaged against Donald Trump's unhinged and ridiculous attacks, which is why I said I didn't like when she just laughed and said, talk about extreme, when Donald Trump was talking about eating cats and dogs, okay? And no, I'm not going to cover the fucking Trump dog-eating song backfires, MAGA love song, leftists lose their minds. This is bullshit. This is about megaphonics. I can't believe Tim Pool is falling off so hard that he's just like now covering individual Hasanabi chatters in the community. Okay? We're not doing this. They're fucking delusional.
Today, friend.
Also, Israel says death of activist was an accident. Her family's asking for a U.S. investigation. By the way, it's been a week since this happened, and the Biden administration has still not reached out to the family. I, on the other hand, I will be having Aysenur Ezgi's sister on the broadcast on Monday to talk to her about the assassination of her sister. Her family held a funeral in Turkey, I believe yesterday. Hundreds attended the funeral of the Turkish American citizen with Turkish background, with Turkish origin, the activist who was in the West Bank who got shot in the head by an Israeli sniper.
Friends and family held the funeral for a Turkish American activist killed by the IDF during a protest in the West Bank. Aysenur Ezgi was shot during a weekly protest against an Israel settlement near the Palestinian village of Beta. She was 26 years old. Israel says her killing was a tragic accident, but there are growing calls for an independent investigation, including from lawmakers in Washington state, where she recently graduated from college. Senator Patty Murray and Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal wrote in their letter, "We fear that if this pattern of impunity does not end with Ms. Ezgi, it will only continue to escalate. It is imperative that the United States take concrete and decisive action to better protect American citizens." Joining me now is Juliet Majid. Aysenur was a close friend of hers, and they spoke right before she traveled to the West Bank. Juliet, thank you for being with me, and our condolences for the loss of your friend. I know you're also the designated spokesperson for the family. Let me read for you something that the White House released, a statement from the president this week. The U.S. government has had full access to Israel's preliminary investigation and expects continued access as the investigation continues so that we can have confidence in the results. What is the family's confidence?
Sorry, I just got here. Don't be mad. Sounds callous, but why has this made the news? Why has it made the news that an American college student was assassinated by Israeli snipers for the crime of protesting the Israeli occupation in the West Bank, a territory that Israel illegally occupies? Like, what do you mean? This is supposedly the most moral military. This is supposedly the most moral military in the most moral democracy that is our ally, using American weapons, American munitions, American bombs, and American help, like American political and social capital, to go and fucking assassinate an American citizen. It's not the first American though, right? No, it's not. What kind of a fucking question is this?
It's in this investigation.
Well, so the family has released.
How would you describe the situation to a normie? I would describe it as an American college student, recently graduated college, flew to the West Bank to engage in humanitarian aid, and our ally that relies on an endless taxpayer-funded sequence of weapons transfers went and assassinated her. Okay, they sniped her they shot her in the head, an American citizen. It's not a very complicated story. An American humanitarian activist was shot in the head by an American proxy's military force that is illegally occupying foreign territory that it should not be on top of ever.
Statements on social media, so I can't necessarily speak exactly for them, but I know that I feel like I don't have confidence in Israel investigating their own military. I want this U.S.-led independent investigation for Aysenur, which the family has continuously asked for over a week. It's been over a week. It's been over 7 days, and we haven't gotten this independent investigation. I think it's shameful that President Biden released this statement and called it an accident without having that investigation.
I think the fact that this isn't being covered endlessly every single day on every single Western outlet is alarming. I think the real confusing part for you, chatter, should be how the fuck do we stop talking about the World Central Kitchen bombings? that happened in Gaza. This is an escalation from that point. Imagine if Russia did this, okay? You don't have to imagine. Russia blows up a school in Ukraine and there's adequate coverage on it. People immediately say, that's wrong. I can't believe they did that. And they should say that, by the way. Of course, it's perfectly valid to say that. Can you imagine a Russian sniper, okay, is, let's say Russia has permanently, like Russian snipers go in to not even an active war zone, by the way, an area like, let's say Crimea, okay? Russian snipers are in Crimea and they just shoot an American humanitarian aid worker in Crimea in the fucking head. Do you think Biden would say, well, Russia investigated it and found no wrongdoing and said it was a fucking accident? Do you think that Biden would come out and be like, oopsie, Russia made a mistake? Do you think that that's how that would go? Do you think that that's what, like, people would be like, all right, I guess, well, Putin said, oops, that's fine then.
And so you would have greater confidence in a U.S.-led investigation. That's the independent investigation, the FBI, that you would like to see.
I would like to see an investigation that's independent of the investigation that Israel has conducted of its own military.
Do you trust the U.S. to do it?
I hope I can trust the U.S. to do it. Aysenur was an American citizen, a very staunch U.S. activist, human rights activist here in the United States and in the Seattle area. I really hope that I can trust the U.S. to be able to conduct this investigation, because that is what she deserves and it's what her family deserves for justice.
The president says preliminary investigation indicates that it was the result of a tragic error resulting from unnecessary escalation. Aysenur was hit indirectly and unintentionally by IDF fire. How much information, if any, has been shared with the family, do you know of?
By the way, Aysenur Ezgi, there was an autopsy conducted on her, and the autopsy report indicates, according to 3 forensic experts that reviewed the dossier on slain Turkish American activists, say the bullet did not appear to have ricocheted off the ground as Israel said. So, of course, they fucking lied about it, too. Just so you know. She was directly shot in the head and killed by Israeli snipers in the occupied West Bank. Witnesses directly around her said that there wasn't even any sort of activity occurring in the area where she was shot. It was quiet, and then one shot was heard, according to Jonathan Pollock, another activist that was there. She was executed. She was shot in the head by an Israeli sniper. Israel lied about it. We know that they would lie about it because they did this when they shot and killed Shireen Abu Akleh, who also was an American citizen as well, a Palestinian American, a Christian Palestinian American, who was a very famous journalist in the region for Al Jazeera. She clearly had a press vest on that clearly indicated that she was a member of the press. She had a press helmet on. They shot her in the neck. They assassinated her, and then they lied and said it must have been the Palestinians that shot her. Then investigations were conducted, and they found, obviously, through visual forensics, that the Palestinian militants that are in Jenin were nowhere near Shireen Abu Akleh. They had lied about it. Okay? And then Israel, months later, turned around and said, well, I guess it was, I don't know. I guess it was an accident. No accountability whatsoever. Okay?
Information that I know is what is available to everybody else through the public statements at this time. Obviously, it feels so heart-wrenching and heartbreaking to know that she was killed in the West Bank, upholding a long-standing tradition of being a peaceful, independent international observer. And it's incredibly hard to even think that we don't have her anymore and her life was taken by the Israeli military.
Aysenur was killed, as I said, in the West Bank, not Gaza, but in the West Bank. Palestinian Ministry of Health in Ramallah reports that close to 700 people have been killed in the West Bank. Let me get your reaction to what we heard from Secretary of State Antony Blinken about what's happening in the West Bank.
No one should be shot and killed for attending a protest. No one should have to put their life at risk just for freely expressing their views. And now we have the second American citizen killed at the hands of Israeli security forces. It's not acceptable. It has to change.
What are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? If only you had some power over Israel, you know what I mean? As, you know, the American state.
Change.
Yeah. Something has to change. In terms of like our weapons transfers, that's not going to change. We have to send them more weapons. Israel has a right to defend itself. Israel has a right to defend itself. Israel has a right to continue conducting its genocide. It has to do it. It has to keep doing it. Something needs to change. We will not change it. This doesn't make any sense, right? Kaya, no. This doesn't make any sense at all. I thought words had meaning, you know? If something is unacceptable and something needs to change and you have the power to change it, you should, right? But you won't. We all know you won't. Israel could kill American active duty service members, okay? And America would still not do anything. They would not bat an eye. They could kill hundreds of American citizens and America would still not bat an eye.
And
I hope you understand that. Because Israel's existence as it stands is significantly more important to the American State Department interest as it currently is. That's just the incorrect math equation that they have locked themselves into. But as it stands currently, there are those who are very powerful people in the American State Department who truly believe, for parts ideological zealotry and parts strategic interest, that Israel has to continue behaving in exactly the ways that it's behaving and that there's nothing that we can do about it. No, it's not some fucking blood cabal chatter. It's not. It's just ideological zealotry. It is ideological zealotry paired up with imperialism. Why are you barking? Stop growling.
We'll be making that clear to the senior-most members of the Israeli government.
And what's your reaction to what you heard there?
If that's what Secretary Blinken has to say, then why hasn't there been an investigation? Why aren't we seeing justice for Aysenur? Her funeral was today. So they want to take these steps, but where are they coming from? What are they doing? We just want to be able to have justice for our friend, for our loved one. We want justice for those she loved most, for her family. So I really hope that the U.S. government does something. They have an investigation, an independent one, and not just rely on the Israeli military to investigate themselves and accept those findings. She deserves justice, and that's all I want.
Her partner, Hamid Ali, has released a statement that he has not heard yet from the president. He hopes that the president would call, at least with condolences. Juliet Majid, thank you so much for your time this morning.
We want to turn our focus and attention tonight now to Israel, where mandatory
Hasanabi head towel on the fucking mainstream media.
Knew Donald Trump is exactly what we knew him to be. We knew exactly.
Let's see what Timmy Boy has to say in Wisconsin.
Not his makeup, but his character.
Do you think this will push public sentiment? Probably not. I think public sentiment is already there. What more public sentiment needs to be pushed? How many more fucking polls do we need to look at on this broadcast alone to recognize that, like, you know, there are enough Americans who are definitely like, whether they are completely paying attention or not doesn't matter. Obviously, there are a shit ton of Americans who agree with the reality that this is unconscionable. Like, what's the number? There is not, like, everyone's on the same page. Everyone's on board with this shit. What do you want it to be, like 90%? It's already like as close to 90% as you can get. There's always going to be some fucking psychos. There's like going to be the Republican evangelical Christians that obviously will never get on board because they have like a psychopathic approach to the matter. They personally have the theological justifications for why Israel must do death and destruction. I am going to fucking turn on the audio in a moment, okay? Shut the fuck up.
They started a small business, a bakery that's creating jobs and growing the economy right there in Wausau. And when I told them that Vice President Harris had no problem answering that, and I have no problem answering that, And people who love this democracy and understand we stand with our friends, it's a very simple question. Ukraine must win that war and push the aggressors back. He also had another easy one. He refused to answer if he would veto a national abortion ban. Wouldn't answer it. Well, you know why. You know why. All of a sudden now he says he's all for the support or whatever. Here's the deal. He doesn't trust women, and they sure the hell don't trust him.
The fuck? It bricked. It couldn't handle the Midwestern charisma. What are you eating, big man? I'm eating what I eat all the time, which is chicken. The question is always the same at this hour, and the answer is always the same. I've eaten chicken every single day for the past, I guess at this point it's been how many years? Like 6 years? I don't know why it's not working. I don't know why it's busted.
Allow us to become the frog in the slowly boiling water, to pretend like that's any way normal or okay. Say it every single day. He lost the election, he's trying to lie about it, and he will do so again. But he says all of you are just AI, so he's not too worried about it. Your votes won't be AI, I'll guarantee you that. But with all the bluster, all the misinformation, all the inability to stand on the core values that makes America the great country it is, he also had nothing to say what he would do to make your lives better. Nothing. Healthcare plan. Remember? Came down those golden escalator 9 years ago. Got asked about Obamacare. I'll rip it out. I'll have a better plan on day one. It was 9 years ago. What we saw Tuesday night is, look, he apparently has been doing something. He has the concepts of a plan. And as I said this, if I got that excuse from one of my students, I would have laughed them out of the room for that. No, try better. Try better. Look, for him, it's a soundbite. It's nothing. For you, it's the pre-existing condition you had and your insurance company wouldn't pay the bill, means now you can go get treated. You can take your children in. You can't be discriminated against. We can get checkups on time and prevent illnesses down the road. The ACA has provided millions of people a healthier, better, freer life for them and their children. For him, it's a talking point. Let's just be honest. He doesn't know what's in the ACA. He's never read it. He never looked at it. He doesn't know. Not once did he ever worry that he would have to pay a medical bill. They're out of touch with who we are. Kamala Harris, who grew up in that middle-class family around a kitchen table where you have to decide how you're going to pay the bills with her single mom, she understands that.
I think it's pretty crazy that his rhetorical skills are being wasted on advocating for the ACA instead of imagining and advocating for a better future for all Americans with progressive policy.
Friends, neighbors, family. Oh, I like Donald Trump. I don't really like how he swears and gets convicted of felonies and found liable for assaulting women. I don't really like that. Good, I'm glad you don't like that. But then they always go, I like his proposals. Which one? Taking your health care? Forcing women to bleed out in parking lots because they can't get health care? Tax cuts for billionaires? And I say this, if you're a billionaire and that's all you care about, he may be your guy. But if you're a working class person, a middle class person, a community member, I can't find much there. And the thing is, you don't have to look very far. He's not giving you much detail, except it's really great. They made it easy for us. They printed 900 plus pages in Project 2025. Are you watching this? They're all mad as hell at the guys who wrote this now because it got out there. This was the thing, you said the quiet stuff out loud before we got elected. Yes, they did. No one wants that agenda. No one who's not a billionaire wants that agenda. No one wants government in your bedrooms and your exam rooms. No one wants to make drugs more expensive. No one wants to avoid dealing with climate change or making prices more affordable for folks in the middle that we're trying to do. They have no idea about any of those things. So look, these guys on the other side, you know what they stand for. Here's what I'm most proud of. I'm proud with our side of things. While Donald Trump spent his time whining, crying, grievance-filled, oh, they did me wrong, they did me wrong. It's difficult to be born with millions of dollars. It's difficult to not pay your bills. It's difficult to have the Supreme Court say you can do whatever the hell you want with no consequence. Apparently that's difficult for him. Kamala Harris spent no time doing that. She talked about you, and she talked about the future. She talked about the future. And again, I don't know if my English teacher wife would enjoy that I'm going there, another pun, she prosecuted the case really well on Tuesday. So, but you know what you also saw? You saw this, and you're here, and I see it looking out at each one of you. This is hard, important work. This is difficult work. This will shape generations to come. But hard work can be good work, and hard work can be joyful work. And that's what she did. She brought joy back to the idea of politics, an idea that it can be better, bigger than just one of us. In her entire professional career, she's had one client, the people, the people. And she says this, in her entire career, prosecutor, attorney general, senator, vice president, she never asked Democrat or Republican. She asked, are you okay? And what can we do to make things better? So look, we were in Pennsylvania on this bus tour. This was really great. We're old school. We're getting on these buses and we're going into red areas and we're talking to anybody who's out there. Because look, let's just be honest, and she knows this better than anybody. We were looking out at a crowd of supporters, and there was a whole bunch of our supporters with signs just like you, and we're all excited, and really great t-shirts, by the way, up front here. And then on the other side of the street were folks who weren't our supporters. It's easy to tell. They're all in the same hat. As I always say, a group of independent thinkers on one side of the street, over there, ready to go. But she turned to me, and it was just Gwen and I and Doug and Kamala Harris. And she turned around to me and she said, Tim, never forget, we fight just as hard for folks on this side of the street as folks on this side of the street. That's what this is about. This is why talking to your neighbors, as Gwen said, this is why the work of the next 52 days. People are undecided. Look, I think it's pretty obvious. Most people don't like him. It's not, if this were about having the best ideas or the best candidates, I think we would win most of the elections, because that's the way it usually works out. But that's not what happens. This is about hard work. It's about going out and talking to people. It's about telling them what it matters. And the things we're talking about in this room will help folks who are buying those flags, wearing that red hat, and believing that Donald Trump's with them. What you know is health care for their family, good public schools, infrastructure investments, the right to control your own body. All of those things, if you ask them and talk to them as neighbors, they're going to say, yeah, I'm for that. Then you need to remind them, he's against all of that. He's against all of that. So look, as that prosecutor, she had to take on predators, fraudsters, people trying to cheat you, career criminals, big corporate interests who think they're above the law. Now, it was easier the other night because all of those things were wrapped into one person, so you could take it on. But the fight was there. The idea that we lay out a plan, an opportunity economy plan, one that knows, because she grew up in the middle class, she knows that it's not enough to get by. We've all been there. It's not enough to get by. People want to get ahead and thrive. And in this country, the richest country in the world, there is no reason that the gap between the CEOs and the folks who are doing the work, the labor that's doing the work,
it sucks.
The most basic
it's so
democracy
good.
is the ability to collectively
He is such a good orator, man. He's such a good fucking.
When people are just trying
He
to
is
get by.
so goddamn charismatic, and it's such a fucking waste to have him up there
We're seeing wages finally start to keep
talking about fucking Kamala Harris's $50,000 for startups or whatever.
wants to make homes more affordable. Because you know why?
Of course he's better than
watched her
Harris.
mom
Come on.
scrimp and save
Yeah,
for years
yes.
to buy that house. I watched my mom worry after my dad died and the medical bills there, will I be able to keep my house? For those guys, a Wall Street guy, a six-time bankruptcy guy, a venture capitalist guy, those are just commodities to move around and sell and trade. And if it means foreclosing on somebody, do that. If it makes you money, who cares? But those are our neighbors. Kamala Harris understands that home is the foundation to families and community. That's why she wants to make it easier through down payments, helping builders create 3 million more new homes, and working with local folks to make it easier to get those homes built and permitted. That's what it looks like. And when she talked about prices and price gouging, it was fascinating to me to watch how fast Donald Trump and his running mate jumped on to defend price gougers. Look, 37 states already have laws against that. But the thing that really gets me is we're trying and figuring out how to keep prices lower. Our farmers are working dawn till dusk and they're getting $3.90 a bushel for corn and $10 for soybeans, they're not getting rich. They didn't grow the food. They didn't process it at the factory where labor did that. Somebody's pulling off a chunk of money out there that has nothing to do with getting that to you. That's what she's talking about. If you're jacking up the price illegally, you should stop that. And one of the American dreams is to choose your path. And none of those paths should be closed out. The idea, if you've got an idea for a small business, it should be easier to start that small business. That's why she proposed increasing the tax credit so you can get up and off the ground. Making sure then that you've got health care so that that doesn't drive you out of a small business. And then making sure your neighbors are being paid enough that they can actually spend money at your small business and everybody thrive. Look, I know you've got it here. This is the part, this ability to be able to collectively bargain and organize. Let's not forget our history, America. The labor movement starts in Wisconsin. It's Wisconsin that does. So the idea of investing back to the middle class, the idea of growing from the inside out, the idea that everybody can have a place in this. We have a Minnesota saying from one of our senators who we lost way too soon, who says we all do better when we all do better. It's not that complicated. It's not that complicated. But these guys figure out a way. We want more and more and more and more. More taxes. I will say this about Donald Trump. He was very clear on one thing and he followed through with this. He told the billionaires he was going to give them a tax cut and he did it. Project 2025 promises you again. He will do it again and bigger. So let's be very clear. When he does that, it cuts out opportunities for all the rest of us. When they do that, it undermines our ability to do the things we know need to be done. So just to be clear, and something you know about right here in Superior and Duluth, that Donald Trump talked a tough game about infrastructure. Kamala Harris got it done. By the way, that Blotnick Bridge is built by all of us. That's the guy who's trying to figure out how to not pay his damn taxes so that he doesn't have to fix it. All of us understand that that bridge creates economic opportunity, connecting us together, both physically and as a people. It makes good sense. And I'll tell you, you saw it. You saw this idea about freedom. And you've seen, it's really great. It's not just a song that the vice president comes out to, although that's really cool when she does that. But you saw it in Chicago, you hear us talking about this idea of freedom, the idea of what it means. Freedom to live your life the way you choose to live your life. Some of us are old enough to remember Republicans used to talk like that too. They used to talk about freedom. They would have never turned their back on an ally. They would have never decided that they needed to be in your business. But we know now they want the freedom to be in your doctor's office. By the way, Project 2025, some of you want to know in there? They've got a national pregnancy coordinator that tracks all pregnancies. That seemed like too crazy for George Orwell to put in his book, but they did it. They did it. Look, they want to be in your school library. I don't know about you, but you heard Isabella talk about it. In Minnesota, while those guys are figuring out how to ban books, we're banishing hunger from our schools. That's a big difference. A big difference. And again, I want to go back to those old school Republicans.
You should talk about banning the top of the hour ad break, which comes to the top of every hour. If you no longer want to see it, all you need to do is subscribe for $6 or for free. Here's the 3-minute ad break now. Which promise free, folks.
But the personal choices and the personal freedoms, we respect it. We respect it. We may not agree with it. We may not agree with that. Look, I get it. There's some of you choose the Packers over the Vikings. That's your choice. It's your choice. Oh, give it to me. Give me my moment. Give me my moment. We don't have any Super Bowl rings. Just give me the moment. But look, we may not agree and we may differ, but you've heard me say it, and I know it's a Wisconsin rule. I claimed it for Minnesota, but I know you've got it here too. The golden rule that makes everything work better is mind your own damn business. Mind your own damn business. Think about it. How is that not appealing to Republicans? How is that not an appealing thing? They want to be and make every damn decision. Think about what they're saying in Project 2025. You're going to have to register with a new federal agency when you get pregnant. This is personal, people. It doesn't get much personal. For Gwen and I, you've heard our story, and we've heard other people have to tell their story. Look, nobody wants to have to tell their personal stories about their families unless they're asked about it and it's in private conversation. We have to tell these stories because these guys weirdly are obsessed with our bedrooms all the time. All the time. And for us, it was a struggle, a years-long struggle with infertility. And we were blessed that we had access to those treatments. And you better bet, if you haven't had it happen to you, you know somebody who's gone through it. It's hell. You're waiting for the call, you get the call, it doesn't work, you're back at it. And then there's the two of you wondering how. All you want to do is have that child. So you better bet in our family, when we finally had that little girl born, we named her Hope for a very particular reason. So, and she, like all of you, and I say this, she and Gus are Gwen and I's whole world, just like your children are, just like how you choose to live your family. And we're talking about it because these guys are trying to make it more difficult to do that, or if not, impossible. Because it's very clear, they're not stopping with national abortion ban. They're not stopping with getting rid of fertility clinics. They're talking about getting rid of contraception or any type of help any of us need to manage it. These are personal health care decisions. These are personal health care decisions. So think about it. This is pretty simple, and Kamala Harris makes it pretty clear. I would go out to all of your neighbors and make the case on this. Do you want J.D. Vance deciding about your wife and daughter's health? Or would you rather just leave it to them and their doctor? That's what freedom looks like. That's what freedom looks like.
Has Tampon Tim talked about filling men's bathrooms with them? You're a weirdo. You're weird. You're a weirdo. Mind your own damn business.
Minnesota, we're known for our schools. We're known for our education. We know that that's a ticket to the middle class, shouldn't be a ticket to debt. So be very clear about it. Investing in education, investing in our teachers, investing in the future is another one of those. When we all do better, we all do better. It's that simple. Now, we're getting closer on this 52 days, and it's a binary choice. I know, it boggles my mind too that there are two people who are going to be president. One of them is going to be president, the other is
I'm going to
not.
unban him.
There are two people. One of them is going to be vice president, one of them is not. That Project 2025 and the questions and the discussion we're having here today is where that difference lies. Because that program, and I say this from my mother, who survived after my dad died on Social Security survivor benefits and who counts on that check right now, Kamala Harris has pledged, and we will pledge, to protect Social Security and Medicare with everything we have. This one is the difference. People see the world from where they stand. If you stand in a middle-class living room, if you stand in a union factory job, if you stand in scrubs as a nurse helping, that's a way to see the world. That's a way to see the world. If you stand, or more likely sit, in Mar-a-Lago or in a venture capitalist high-rise on Wall Street, why would you care if the Social Security check shows up? You don't care about it because you don't need it. So you're looking for the tax cut. Well, I'll tell you who does need it, my mom. She pays for her heat. She pays for food with her Social Security check, and it is the best anti-poverty program ever devised in this country, and we have to push it. All right, so here's the deal. I say this. I know very clearly, you might not have thought so, but I know it. I am preaching to the choir. You came, stood in line, came with your neighbors, ready to do something about it. As we started out with, because you love your country, because you know the choice is so stark, and you know the impact we can make. You came to do it.
The Tampon Tim Walz thing is awful. My sister started posting that shit on our Instagram stories, and that's how I knew she was truly gone, like my parents. It's also fake, which is like, obviously, one of the funniest aspects of the, well, I mean, not one of the funniest, but like, it's just the same shit over and over again. It's fake. It's not real.
It's going to be a margin of error race, and it's going to be won in a handful of states. One of them.
It's funny because like, even if it was real, who gives a fuck? Which makes it even funnier. Like, yeah, if like every single Haitian migrant was actually eating, like stealing people's domestic pets and eating them, that would constitute some level of an issue. Obviously, it's fucking fake and it's racist bullshit. But like, if Tim Walz actually pushed for a bill that there were tampons in every bathroom, including men's restrooms, that would not even be like a negative thing.
And are you concerned about Social Security? Are you concerned about climate change? Are you concerned about our democracy? Are you concerned about middle class? Are you concerned about those things? Because if you are, ask that person to
You know what I mean?
Ask them to get the vote. Look, this is on. Wisconsin starts next week in voting. Next week. So for all of you, I know it's hard work. I know that, as I said, it's hard to understand that it shouldn't be broader, but that's our country's here. These guys have spent the last decade telling us our system is broken. They've spent the last decade figuring out how to make it harder for people to vote. They've spent the last decade trying to make people pessimistic to believe it doesn't matter if you come to rallies like this, or if you vote, or if you call your neighbor.
Chatter said, wait, he didn't push for that bill? Do you think Tim Walz, honest to God, pushed for a bill that specifically stated that men's restrooms have to have tampons in them? Is that what you think happened? Or was the bill for tampons in all bathrooms, for women's restrooms and unisex restrooms that exist everywhere in Minnesota? And then Republicans just took that and went, Tim Walz only wants to put tampons in men's restrooms because he wants to trans the children. What do you think is the real story here? Oh. Obama? He doesn't have my juice, but he's close? What the fuck? Obabe in the chat.
I'm honored to know, and I keep saying this, we have some philosophies in the middle. My God, we're tough people. Some people, when we started settling, people started going across the country. Some of them kept on going until they ended up a place where it's really warm and they have palm trees. Not our people. Not our people. We stop here. We stop here to carve it out. Because we're tough, we care, we're resilient. And we understand that when you stick together, we can get this done. So for all of you here, all gas, no break, 52 days to get the work done, sleep when you're dead. Let's give it our all and think about it. That 53rd morning, when you wake up, we get to say, congratulations, Madam President. Let's go.
It is, I mean, oh man, I don't know what to say, man. He is so fucking good. He really is truly exactly the kind of like Midwestern pro-labor charismatic orator that you want from a successful campaign that could just run the goddamn table if left to his own devices. He's relegated to the VP status in this situation, a campaign where he has to communicate the silliest policy prescriptions that Kamala Harris comes up with. Okay? There's a reporter for Mother Jones. This is what they're handing out in Springfield. That's cool. God forbid the Democrats say something. What is this? Congratulations to CNN. Congratulations on CNN. Now everyone thinks you're full MAGA. Are you okay? Oh, this is a weirdo fucking puppy chatter who I obviously did not give the appropriate amount of attention, so they unfollowed only to come back and say some dumb shit. Thank you for waiting for 10 minutes to come in and type this wonderful thing in the chat. I look forward to your wonderful contributions. Just followed to say that. Thank you. Nobody thinks I'm MAGA unless you're a fucking idiot, which you might be. Chatter's like, listen, I am the dumbest person you've ever seen. I am the stupidest person you've ever seen. And I watched a CNN interview that you conducted with CNN where they presented you as like the reasonable voice online that counters this kind of misinformation from MAGA communists. And I immediately assumed you yourself are MAGA. You didn't actually say anything beyond you're stupid. Let's hear again. Did this happen recently? Kamala Harris doesn't put up with interruptions from Gaza protesters. Hey, listen, I want a ceasefire.
And we understand where we are. We understand where we are. Hey, listen. Now is the time to get a hostage deal and ceasefire. We have been working around the clock to get that. Now I am speaking.
Oh, I'm Brian. Kill me. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's so stupid. She's indignant. Reminds me of that guy who got stuck in a cauldron and made everyone else's problem to get him out. Bro, when she's working around the clock, they mean like, how many more weapons can we give Israel? You guy's so funny.
Now I am.
No, he liked it. He wasn't going, oh, fuck. How is it possible they don't have a single person explaining how fucking stupid her rhetoric on Gaza is? I think that there is going to be, hopefully, a moment where you...
From Northern Africa...
come to the realization that they do know it's bad rhetoric. They just don't care because they think they can win without it. And for one reason or another, maybe it's not an October surprise. Maybe it's a September surprise. But here's also Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu saying in a security meeting that a wide operation against Hezbollah is expected soon. When she says she's working around the clock, she means like, yo, can you throw this stuff out? When Kamala Harris says she's working around the clock, she means like she's working around the clock to ensure that they kill every child in Gaza. That's what she means. You know what's really interesting? I mean, they're obviously desperately trying to tailor their campaign outside of like the Gaza messaging strategy, hoping that they can still win without it. Okay. But what's really interesting about this story in and of itself is that even if they were to lose while tacking along with the genocide in Gaza, I feel like they would still not change trajectory. At this point, I think if polls were showing that she was getting absolutely destroyed in Michigan and everywhere else, and everyone was saying like, no, 70% of the population is a single issue voter on Gaza, I feel like they still wouldn't do it. Like they still wouldn't change trajectory. You know? Donald Trump's Bedminster Golf Club hosted a convicted January 6th rioter and alleged Nazi sympathizer twice this summer, where he was celebrated and gave speeches. At one event, Trump sent a video praising the attendees as amazing patriots. At the other, he won an award. Republicans haven't changed trajectory on abortion despite 70% supporting abortion nationwide. I mean, they kind of have. That's not true. They have. What are you talking about? Donald Trump like last week said he would vote to preserve abortion in the state of Florida. And then immediately said, okay, never mind. I actually changed my mind. But like, you have to understand, like, these guys definitely went from abortion is murder across the board to like, okay, maybe abortion isn't murder all the time. There needs to be some exceptions to the murder argument. Nothing will weaken Democratic support for genocide until people started recording themselves, filling out mail-in votes, and writing something instead of Kamala while voting D otherwise. I don't know if that would change it either. You want to know why? I don't know. I don't think that would change the dynamic. Because right now, well, two reasons. One, because it might be too late, right? It might be too late for them to change course on this anyway and like get that message across to the broadest subsects of American voters. But also, I think that wouldn't work because right now it's a close fucking race. And every single poll shows that if you're trying to go after every voter, you have a bunch of high propensity voters that have shown that they're frustrated with the party, specifically on Gaza. Like, you could win them over while incurring zero penalties. Okay? Like, think about that. These guys aren't like secretly, there aren't Democrats out there that are secretly like, no, I really want the continuation of the genocide, but I'm like secretly acting like I don't care and I would like stop supporting the Democrats if they stopped supporting the genocide. There's just no one out there. There's no real person out there who's like, no, I'm a permanent genocide voter. I mean, those voters exist. They just vote for the Republican Party anyway. Do you see what I'm saying? Those voters certainly exist.
Most people can.
Those voters certainly exist. They're just white evangelical Protestants, and they're voting for the freaking Republican Party.
Damn, this guy's good.